I set up to sell at a comic book community event hosted by Streetside Anthony, Driveway Con, first outdoor sale of the season for Streetside. And I set up to sell, and I came home with more books than I went there with, but more money also. Let's talk about it up next on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hello, comic book community. This is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. Please check out the description for my eBay store, my email. My Instagram is Bronzeville_comics, as is my Whatnot. We do Whatnot sales every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So, Streetside Anthony, you may or may not know him. He's a staple of the community here in the New York area. Sets it up at the... a lot of the shows, and often has sales in his driveway. He used to be in the front of the house. That's how he got the moniker Streetside. But he invited several sellers to sell at today's event. So Erod 212 was there with a bunch of great books. Lone Wolf Collectibles, JC and his wife Yasu were there, and obviously, Streetwise was selling, and Obi-Tom Kenobi Tom was there selling. So a lot of people came, a lot of people from the community in the area.
Have you seen your baby out there? What do you think he was meaning to say?
That's around the corner.
Oh, say Mario here?
Yeah.
He's denying his child.
That was my child. Where was I doing all the activities? Carlos.
This is quick.
It's the man, Streetside Anthony.
What's up, everybody?
First outdoor sale of the season.
Woo!
Beautiful day. Beautiful books. And I did sell some books. I kind of had my convention boxes. I don't do a lot of shows. Basically, the only place I've ever sold in person is at King Con and at Streetsides. And I have my organized boxes, so people go through there with their checklists and are able to get some good books. So we had some good deals. So I was able to do some shopping. And Streetside had some, I'm trying to figure out, let me think. He had some books in dollar bins for days that I was just picking up. These are kind of more mid-grade, but still, I won't go through all these, not necessarily having key significance, but Avengers 111, dollar bin. Mid-graders, this classic cover, I think this is a burn cover, if I'm not mistaken. George Perez, even better. There are a bunch of Avengers books. Yeah, I like this 150 anniversary issue. 116. That's part of that Defenders storyline. First cover appearance of Mantis. It's a little bit lower grade. 148 against the Squadron Supreme. Well, this has some problems on the back cover, but I mean, still, it's low grade, but it's the Death of Elektra for $1. I have to process all these. 15-cent cap. Yep. I'll take a 25-cent cap. Star Wars. I did try to avoid anything water damaged, But these are all dollar bin pickups. Marvel Feature, this predates Marvel 2-in-1 when the thing got the kind of the tryout. First, Monica Rambeau as an Avenger. This has a little bit of a stain on the back cover. I don't know why I picked that up. G.I. Joe 22. Is this the first Duke? I think this is the first appearance of Duke. And then I'm just kind of going through this. I just picked up books. I was just, you know, grabbed a pile. Oh, I got some Super Friends. Right. Some Howard the Duck. These are in decent shape. The Ducks. This was one of the priced books I grabbed from him. Another Miller, Daredevil. Yeah, mid-grader. More Howard. Pop-top staple here, but Howard number 2. Oh, another copy of that Daredevil book. Rebirth of Elektra. I mean, you get Miller stuff for $1. I was kind of reading the Howard the Duck section. And listen, there were folks that were grabbing stuff all day long. Man-Thing 4. This Warlock reprint book. Gru 1 newsstand. Star Wars 84. Ghost Rider 12. This is a pretty decent shape Planet of the Apes book. A Moon Knight book. What else did we have? Oh, yeah. Defenders 9. That's part of that. Avengers storyline. 11. 27 for Starhawk. And why not grab 2 of them? First meeting, this had significance a couple of years ago before the movie came out. First meeting of Submariner Black Panther. Take a number 1, Omega the Unknown number 1. Defenders 11. Defenders 7. This, I usually don't grab Marvel's greatest comics, but this is, I forget if this, I think this is a reprint of 48. Where you actually get Silver Surfer on the cover. Some more Super Friends. I'm trying to low-key complete that run. I'm not necessarily being a conditioned snob with it, but also this is a reasonably popular run just because, you know, it wasn't as highly collected back in the day. Okay, this... I'm trying to just separate who I got what from. And then I picked up some books from Anthony. Those, I think, were all the dollars. I picked up some keys. ASM 256 first Puma. Nice 25-cent Witching Hour book. First Marvel Boy. And also first Frankie Ray. This, he puts these keys in free. 1 per person. Lower grade, but that's, I think, the first spot and 100. I think that was what I picked up from Anthony. And then, yeah. Tom. Oh, no, I also picked up this. This might have been a $1 book. Yeah, that was a $1 book. I picked this up from Tom. Anthony's like looking through books. He goes, "Do you need this one?" And I look on my CLZ app. I'm like, "Yeah, I do." There we go. Hawk and Dove. I haven't finished that run yet. Erod. I picked up a couple of really nice copies of books that I am hunting for to submit for 9/8. Green Lantern 141 first Omega Men. And that is a George Perez cover. And Simpsons number 1. I want that Simpsons Comics and Stories number 1 as well. I do have some candidates in the boxes. And then from Lone Wolf, his dollar bins were nutso. Bananas. Like, there were prices on them. It was like, no, everything's $1. Secret Origin 6. DC Sampler 3. This is the first cameo appearance of Hellblazer, John Constantine. This is another run I'm low-key collecting. I really enjoy the show, Lost in Space. And comic book note. This is not an adaptation of the Lost in Space TV series. It's different. Different stories, different family, but Lost in Space note. I'm not sure if you're aware, he's in one of the groups I follow on Facebook. Billy Mummy, who played Will Robinson in Lost in Space, is a huge comic book fan and collector, an enormous collector. He posts like crazy stuff like high grade Detective 27s and, you know, Spectre More Funds and early Batman and Superman. Seems to be more of a DC guy than anything else. And he's written comic books. He wrote some of the, I think when, was it Innovation? Had they were doing some of the Lost in Space stories. He did that. He wrote Comet Man for Marvel. He was in the Captain America movie, the 1991 one with Matt Salinger, J.D. Salinger, Catcher in the Rye's son, as Cap. I believe he was in that movie. Pretty sure. But he has some crazy books. He'll post on Facebook, Bill's Book of the Day, and he's a never slabber. Everything is raw. And he posts the pictures, and they look absolutely gorgeous. So I guess those residual checks from the Lost in Space reruns have served him well. He is just a great collector. Some more Super Friends. This is, I think that's the first appearance of somebody. So I'm just, for $1, how about 20-cent subby? Nope, absolutely. I picked this up, Doom Patrol 1, because it's a newsstand. Justice League of America. This is Hawkman Quits. Some more early Avengers. I love Frankenstein on this cover. A DC Silver Captain Action. He was an action figure line back in the 60s. And there were some superhero costumes. I think Batman, Captain America, things like that you could put on him. Streetside gave this to me. He's like, do you have NFL Super Pro in a newsstand? You do now. For Jim. That's been kind of a running joke. That and Camp Candy. Creatures on the Loose. Look at that Gil Kane cover. Again, I'm going to have to take a real nice look at these. It's two of the same. I love this cover. This, I think, this is 1972. This is in pretty decent shape. I don't know if I have... I don't know if this is 72 or 73, to be honest. I think it's 73. Strange Adventures. Great Adam Strange. I think it was a reprint. It's a Marvel team-up with Iron Fist. More Defenders. Why not? Shang-Chi. I mean, you're talking about decent Marvel Bronze stuff. Action Comics. 431. I have to see if this is an upgrade. I've been trying to work on my Action Comics run. I'm pretty close to 300 up. It's the first 300 that are going to be difficult. Just a Mr. Miracle. Some Kirby. Superman. 12-cent Superboy. A Davy Crockett. I'll put this in one of my Western books. All those Fess Parker fans out there. Flash. This also has, starting in this issue, the award-winning Green Lantern, Green Arrow. What happened was, you know, the Neil Adams, Denny O'Neil run of Green Lantern, Green Arrow in 1972. This is a 72 book. Green Lantern was canceled in the middle of the Adams O'Neil run. So they put the stories like as backups in Flash for a number of issues. Lois Lane. Another Superboy. I said for $1. Rex Allen. No idea who he is. Nor who his tailor was. I mean, that's going to put, you're trying to, like, come into town and cause some trouble. Rex Allen's going to put you in your place. Weird War Creature Commandos. Green Lantern. This was after it was rebooted in the late 70s. Man, I think I got $60 books from from Lone Wolf. I have a lot of these. Superboy 204 with the Legion, a Phantom Stranger #1 newsstand, another Action Comics from 72. Again, I'm going to look at condition. Brave and the Bold with that bicentennial banner. I've been collecting those. I think I have that one already. This one I liked. I mean, I think this, because of spec, question #1. I think I've heard rumblings that question is going to come to the DCU. Superboy, and more 12-cent Superboy. We got, I'm pretty sure this is Neil Adams. A Captain Britain MI-13, why not? Power Girl, #1. 12-cent Superman. Yep. This is the last of the dollar books. Mark Jewelers, Warlord 69. DC Universe logo on Aquaman 1. Aquaman Time and Tide #1. Looks to be some color rub on the book. We'll take a close look at that. Hulk 169, 20-cent Hulk for $1. For $1. Lone Wolf was going crazy. I mean, and I wasn't the first one over there. I don't know what was there earlier. I mean, these are just good, solid books. Infinity Gauntlet 2 and 3, both newsstands. And then I grabbed these. People have bought these in my Whatnot shows. These superhero catalogs. This is from the 1970s. So it's like anything that had superheroes on it. This is like the Mego era. So this is when I grew up. There's just, basically it's catalogs of superhero merch. Yeah, like here's the Mego superheroes. This would be the kind of thing like I need that, and that. Right? I did have the Arrow car. I think I had the Captain America car, not the Spidey car. Definitely had the Batmobile. I had the Joker mobile and maybe the Batvan. I think I had all the Batman stuff. Man, what a time to be a kid that was. Posters, clocks. What are these? And this is watches, belts, and toques, and calendars for 1977. Sons of Origins, and Bring on the Bad Guys, all sorts of stuff. And I don't know if you could order. Yeah, you could order this stuff from Dover, New Jersey. You just list whatever you wanted and send it in. So it was like a mail order catalog. And there were a few of those that I picked up. I just enjoyed those. Secret Wars 2 #1. I see that has a stain on it. And Infinity War #1. And then he had some price books that I picked up. That's it. Wait, I'm missing a book. Oh, no, it's over here. I'm going to hold that and that. So I figured, I think I might have this. But Action Comics #248. I'm not even sure what years this is from. Definitely 1950s. But I'm not sure if it's silver or golden age. Let me just check that. 248. Action #248. Return. Yeah, 59. It's a 1959 book. So it's Silver Age, but it's 1950s. This was one I needed. 316, and that is a pretty sharp copy. He has it as 7.5. That is a nice copy. So this 316 would be what? 6 years? It's like 1965-ish. And then the two biggest books I picked up. I have both of these, but these are definite upgrades. This is a book I always loved, and it just presents amazingly. Adventure Comics 300. This is when the Legion of Superheroes take over the title from Superboy. Not completely, But this is the first time they're the lead feature in the book. And they remained that way till Supergirl took over. Superboy, they kind of alternated for like the first 10 issues or so. And then it was Legion all the way. And I just love this cover with all these characters in Mon-El and the Phantom Zone. And then this was a high-grade copy of a book I already have. And this is a kind of famous book, but it's a DC 72. So, which means that my copy then, this is an upgrade. I think my copy was like a 5.0 or a 6.0, somewhere around this. This is like a 7.5. Maybe better. It had a VF. This is like an 8. Awesome. This is Diana Prince Wonder Woman. So this is when she was depowered. It's a 25 center. Would have been the last 25 center of 1972 in June. And what really sells it is this bondage cover. I mean, you got what is she gonna be doing there? You got like pliers and knives, and she's wearing a mask, like she's the Gimp. I don't know. But yeah, a really nice copy of that one. It does have a little schmutz here. Might be on the bag. I'm not sure. No, it's on the bag. It's a very nice copy. This actually could be, if I investigate it, a gradable copy, because it is such a an in-demand book. I just want to see what the grade that would be, like close to $200. That would make sense. Like a 9. You get book a 9 just sold for $193. I'm in no rush to get that graded because it is part of my PC. You know, if it does kind of after a press meet the threshold of that value, but yeah. So I mean, I got crazy dollar books. So it gives me, I have like, it's basically an entire short box of books I now have to process. I still have the short box of Western books from last week that I haven't processed, but thankfully for me, summer vacation is coming up, and I will have some time. But yeah, I just you know, I didn't find anything that folks had that really spoke to me, but these two, which are just upgrades. You know, which means that, you know, if I'm lucky, I will kind of come close to breaking even in terms of what I can sell my book for. You know, I don't even know what I paid for those books or where I got them, but if I got them in 2022, I probably paid too much. But the other thing too was it was a great community event. It was people talking comics and all sorts of other stuff, getting good deals, and you know, it was free to set up. It was free to get there, and you know, there were some amazing books there. Like JC has like some, you know, Golden Age slabs, pre-code horror slabs, and I did. This is kind of a sad story. I want to do an entire video on this because I sold one of the slabs I sold was Thor: God of Thunder #2 in a CGC 9.8, the first appearance of Gore the God Butcher, for $80, which is about the fair market value of that book, right? I had bought that. I don't buy a lot of slabs, but at the first King Con, and you can go back to one of my videos, I actually bought 2 at that show. I still have one. I got one of them from Erod. No, I don't think I got... Did I get 2 at that show? Did I get that? I got the other one from Very Gary, I think. I bought 2 at that show for $550 each. That's one of the books that has been the biggest bath I've ever taken. But there's an aspect of cutting one's losses, right? If you can cut your losses and then take the money that you are able to obtain from the books and buy more books and sell and buy and sell. I want to see if there's a way to break even after a few iterations of buying and selling. Sell the books for what you can get out of them, take that money, buy something else, maybe clean price grade it, sell it for a profit, repeat until you can, after fees and all that sort of stuff, you can kind of make yourself whole. But anyway, that's it for the video. I have a big stack of books that I have to go through now, which is always kind of fun anyway, because as comic collectors, that's what we do. I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by and, just if you're in the area and you haven't got to Streetside Anthony's, take a trip. Follow him on Instagram, Streetside Anthony Comics. And when he's out and setting up, it's even if you don't buy anything, just look at books. He gives great deals. We all have fun. And that's how we do it, right? So, you can take a look at a couple of my other videos here. And this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.